Hey guys, I'm HD and welcome to the HD channel, and in this video I'll be checking out the Mi 10T Lite. Okay guys, so here's another addition to the Mi 10 family. So Xiaomi has been really successful with the Mi 10s, and they've got loads of different variations of the Mi 10s, and I've actually reviewed the Mi 10 Lite 5G before in the past and I was blown away by it. And you got like a great phone for a really great price. And again, they brought out a new addition to the roster. This is the newest one on the line. This is the Mi 10T Lite. Is it any good? Let's check it out. Okay guys, so this is the box the Mi 10T Lite 5G comes in. It's like a plain white box. And this one has 6GB of RAM with 128GB of memory in this one. On the side there it says with easy access to Google apps that you use most, so we can access the Google Play Store right out of the box. Okay, so the first thing we get there is a little box there with a simple strapline designed by Xiaomi. And inside there you got your pin eject tool and also your jelly case as well. It's always nice to get these little freebies right out of the box. And also you got your paperwork as well. So we've just got the side. So we've got the bad boy here. It's rocking a 64 megapixel camera, 120Hz refresh rate on the screen. It's got a Snapdragon 750G and it's got a massive 4820 milliamp battery as well. So the specs are pretty good. And also we've got a USB-C cable there with some red detail, which looks nice. And your power brick as well. Okay guys, so this is your Mi 10T Lite 5G and it's a great looking phone. It's got a nice 120Hz LCD screen. It's not AMOLED screen, but it is a great looking screen. It measures at 6.67 inches and it has Gorilla Glass 5 in the front there as well. It comes in 3 colours there. It comes in the pearl grey, the rose gold beach and also the Atlantic blue as well. On the front we have Gorilla Glass 5 with a 6.67 inch LCD screen. It's not AMOLED, but it does have 120Hz refresh rate as well, so it is a great looking screen. In the middle there we also got a hole punch cutout as well, housing a 16 megapixel camera as well. So the unit in this review we've got a pearl grey. If you actually look at it, it actually looks like a dark blue, especially on these lighting conditions we've got in this video as well. It actually looks lighter than it is, but I would say it looks like in real life it does look like a dark blue. I'm guessing that Atlantic blue would be a more paler blue, but it doesn't actually look grey. But I think a lot of Xiaomi phones, a lot of their greys, in the past I've noticed that they actually look more blue than grey, so just take note of that. The phone does look really premium, as we do have Gorilla Glass 5 on the front and back of the phone. It also has a 4820 milliamp battery as well, which should last you a while, but it also supports fast charging as well at 33 watts. And your charging brick comes right in the box as well. The Mi 10T 5G Lite has a quad camera array, which consists of a 64 megapixel main shooter, 8 megapixel ultra wide, a 2 megapixel macro lens, and also a 2 megapixel depth sensor as well. And without the case on, as you can see, the camera bump does protrude quite a bit, but once you've got the case on, it's not too bad. It has a Snapdragon 750G and G's for gaming, and because of that it is really responsive and really snappy as well, so I've not had no issues with lag or stutters with this phone at all. So I've thrown everything I have at it without any issues at all, so it plays games really smoothly. So it just shows that you don't need to spend flagship money to have a flagship experience. So it comes with MIUI 12 right out of the box, and that's on top of Android 10 as well, and everything runs smoothly. And usually I run it with Nova Launcher as well, and it runs Nova Launcher with it, no problems at all. So on this phone, unfortunately, there is no AMOLED screen here, but I mean, it does have a great looking screen with 120Hz refresh rate as well. And as you can see, the colours are really bright as well and vivid, and also blacks as well. They look really dark and inky as well. So I mean, it is LCD screen, but to be honest, I've been impressed with it and I've got no complaints here. So on the bottom of the phone there, you've got your headphone jack, you've got a USB-C port, and also your downward firing speaker as well. And then on the side of your phone, you've got your volume rocker and also your power button as well, which doubles up as your fingerprint scanner. So on the top of your phone there, you got your noise cancelling microphone, and the highlight of any Xiaomi phone is always your IR blaster, and your earpiece as well doubles up as your secondary speaker as well. On this phone we do have dual speakers as well, which is always welcome. On the left side of the phone, you've got your SIM tray, and it does accept 2 SIM cards, or you could put 1 SIM card and also 1 SD card as well to expand your memory as well. So that's your Mi 10T Lite 5G. I've also taken some sample videos and pictures as well, so check them out. Okay guys, so this is the video selfie mode on the Mi 10T Lite, and it's a 16 megapixel camera. So it's only one lens, so it doesn't have a secondary wide lens. As you can see, the video quality is pretty good. I'm happy with it. The audio also looks good. It actually looks very stable for it. It's 1080p, so there's no 4K, but that's expected on these mid-ranges. And overall, yeah, I'm happy with it. I mean, today is not the best overall conditions for it. It is a quite grey, gloomy day today, but overall the footage looks pretty good. So let me know down below, guys, what you think. So this is a video sample of the Mi 10T Lite. It has a 64 megapixel main shooter, and we've had good experiences with the Mi 10s in the past, and this is no exception, I think. So if you look, this is just the normal standard lens. It does shoot at 4K. Also it shoots at 1080p and also 720p as well. And as usual, on the main shooter it's 64 megapixels. The quality is not bad, but I think when you start zooming in, as usual, I think that's when the quality degrades. So that's just like 5 times there. You can see pretty clearly, but as you can see, the images start to degrade as we zoom in, and we zoom in to the max at 6 times. You can see there, you can see the detail, but you can see it is degraded quite considerably. You can see it is really grainy, but usually that's not something that you'd usually use anyway. So if I zoom back out again, so that's like 2.5, and that image there does not too bad. But as I zoom back out again to 1 times, that's when we were back to the full resolution. And like a lot of these mid-ranges, again, you can't switch different lenses while you're recording. So if I want to switch to the wide lens as well, I have to stop recording and select the other lens. Boom. Okay, so here we're on the 8 megapixel lens now, and you can see you got 120 degrees field of vision there, so the frame is much more wider. You can get much more in your shot. But as usual, the wide lens is not as good as the main shooter, because there is a big jump from 64 megapixels to 8 megapixels. But overall, that's expected, and usually that is the norm on a lot of phones. Usually the wide lens quality is usually not as good as the main shooter, but I think overall it still looks pretty good. And from there, even if we zoom back in 2 times on the 8 megapixel 120 degree angle wide lens, you can see it's degraded quite a lot. I mean, you can't see a lot of the writing there. It's pretty bad. As soon as you degrade it, so you zoom in, the image just degrades, and because it's only 8 megapixels anyway, when you zoom right in, a lot of quality is lost. But as usual, we zoom back out again, and we're back to the 8 megapixel ultra wide, and you can see overall it's got a nice field of view. Okay guys, so that's the Mi 10T Lite, and as expected, it's a great phone. I mean, I think Xiaomi have got the formula down to a T now. I mean, they're pumping up the flagship level phones, and they've got the mid-range phones as well. And the mid-range phones that they have been pumping out as well, I've been really impressed with them as well. So this is no different. I mean, the only thing that I would have liked on this phone is the AMOLED screen, which this doesn't have, like the Mi 10 Lite 5G, but it does have a 120Hz LCD screen as well, and it's a great looking LCD screen as well, so it's not a massive deal breaker. But other than that, there's lots of things to like about this phone as well. There's NFC, there's a headphone jack, there's an IR blaster. You guys know I like my IR blasters. There's stereo speakers on here as well. Lots of flagship phones don't have stereo speakers, so you even got stereo speakers on here. You have expandable memory on here as well. You got face unlock, you got fingerprint scanner. Lots of great things on this phone, and I can't fault it really. I mean, if I am being harsh and nitpicking, the only thing I could say was the only thing that could be a minor complaint is the weight of the phone. The phone on its own, when I weighed it, it weighed 218 grams, and when I put the supply case on it, it weighs 240 grams. So that is a little bit heavy, but in a way, it's justified because it has a big 4820 milliamp battery as well. So you've got a big battery, and because of that, it will add a bit of weight and a bit of thickness to the phone as well. So that is expected because of that. But other than that, I can't fault it at all. So if you guys are after a mid-range phone and you are considering the Mi 10T Lite, I would recommend it. I think it's a great phone, and you get a lot of phone for your money. So if you guys found this video useful, guys, click on the like button for me. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, guys, click on the subscribe button for me. And as always, guys, ciao for now.